Women do not want your protection if that is contingent on you continuing to oppress us. You should never use protecting us as an excuse to further the patriarchy. We have declined your protection. We do not need it. We are not children. We have agency. We choose freedom. And if you think that women should be oppressed because they need your protection, you win the Darwin Awards. It is the foundation of the free Western world to choose freedom over safety. Give me liberty or give me... Anybody who chooses safety over freedom deserves neither. That's Ben Franklin. We choose freedom. Leave us alone.
You know what, guys? Message received, okay? Women have been making videos like this for quite some time now, saying, oh, leave us alone. We don't need no man. We don't need your protection. Don't come and save us. And you know what I have to say to that? Fine. If you think that men are so evil, so oppressive, and that you are fine without them, that is totally cool with me. And this is why a lot of men are walking away from modern day women. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with some more ridiculous TikTok videos for you here today. We will be returning to that blonde woman shortly, the one saying we don't need no protection. But let's continue into this first clip here. This is a woman who just got ghosted by her guy best friend, or one of her guy friends. She has multiple. Don't ask me why. But let's jump into it. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Women do not need our protection anymore.
I never fail to be reminded how much I fucking hate men. So I have a guy friend that we hung out last weekend. We've known each other for a really long time. We've hung out a lot. And he asked me earlier this week, what are you doing for Super Bowl? And I was like, oh, when is Super Bowl? He was like, it's Sunday. I was like, okay, cool. And
any woman, by the way, that has a bunch of guy friends, I don't care if it's one, I don't care if it's 35, absolutely massive red flag, by the way. Like, let's be honest, a lot of these quote-unquote guy friends that she's had, either they have been interested in her, she has hooked up with them, you know, or there's something there. Women like to pull this crap where they just think that they can have around a whole bunch of guy friends and you're insecure if you call them out on it. But what it really is, guys, is women collecting orbiters, collecting dudes who have interest in them. Oftentimes they've been with them previously. It's a complete risk to a relationship, and this is why so many of these women get ghosted in the first place.
And then he was like, yeah, let's do something. So, okay, cool. So then yesterday I texted him and I was like, hey, like, what's the plan? Blah, blah, blah. And then he said, oh, we're just going to go like bar hopping around some sports bars in St. Pete. I was like, okay, that sounds great. We continued texting a little bit, all this stuff. And then so this morning around like 10 or so, I texted him and I was like, hey, like, what time are we going today? So I like know how to plan my day. And he was like, okay, I got to run a few errands, so probably around 3 or 4. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So I go to the gym, I start getting ready because it takes me forever to get ready. And
let me just stop you there. This is so incredibly stupid to me, guys, how women will make these videos and think that, you know, thousands of people just care about their life and what they're doing every day and the plans that they're setting up. And, oh, and then I went and I got my hair done and then it was this time. And then, like, nobody gives a damn whatsoever. But these women, they think that they're mini rock stars, you know, that people are just following them, that are interested in what they're doing. Like, I guarantee you this woman is probably saying it to 3 followers, you know, 3 people who actually watch this crap. Even if it's like, let's just say this woman is recording a video and it gets 20,000 views. None of these people actually care anyway. None of them care. These women think that they're so important, man. And this is, again, this is the crap that causes them to get ghosted. They think that they're just the center of the universe. And guys honestly find that very unappealing.
I'm just like slowly getting ready, and then it's like 3, and then 3:30, and then 4. So I'm like, what the fuck? So at 4:30, I go back up, and I just like question mark react to the text that he sent me that said 3 or 4. He never replied. So then at 5, I texted him and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he didn't answer. He didn't reply. So then about 5:15, I called him and he didn't fucking answer.
Yeah, so I don't really know what the situation is here. Maybe it's some previous Chad that she hooked up with. Okay, I don't really know the intricacies of this. But she's pushing. She's like, hey, I thought we were going to hang out. Hey, hey, hey. And so she keeps pushing this guy, trying to get him to respond, trying to get him to take her out. And I find it very funny when this happens to women, because women invented this nonsense of screwing around the other gender, by the way. Right? This is the average dude's dating experience if he can even get a date in the first place. Like, that's assuming that the man can even get a date in the first place. These women just waste dudes' time. They'll ghost them. They'll screw them around. Like all of this sort of stuff. Women essentially invented this, but if it happens to them, then all of a sudden we get like a 3-minute TikTok video about it, about how men suck because they got ghosted. Make no mistake as well, these women are oftentimes getting ghosted by a very small percentage of men, and they could have that stable, consistent relationship if they wanted, but of course that's not what they're choosing to do.
So then about 5:15, I called him and he didn't fucking answer. And I'm so, like, because I already obviously got ready and everything, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I just moved here, so I don't have a whole lot of friends that should just call and be like, hey, like, let's go do something. So me and my dog just showed up at the dog bar, and we're about to have us a good old time. BB, you ready to go? We're about to have a good old time at the dog park, and fuck men.
Yep. So now we don't like men, right? Getting ghosted one too many times, and all of a sudden you end up with these women just swearing, hating men. This is what I'm talking about when I say that these women become jaded. The reason why they become so frustrated with men is because they can't get one. They just fail so badly at getting a man. And you know, guys, things are bad when women can't get a man. You know, because again, not that hard to get a man, not hard to make a man happy, not hard to get a relationship out of one. But women, not only are the women incredibly unappealing and awful human beings these days, a lot of the times it seems, particularly the ones on TikTok, so they're screwing themselves over there, but they're also screwing themselves over because they're chasing men who clearly want nothing serious with them. I find it to be endlessly hilarious. Let's continue into this first clip that we played on today's episode. This is the woman saying that women don't need men's protection, which, hey, fine by me, honestly. Let's jump in.
Women do not want your protection if that is contingent on you continuing to oppress us.
I'd be very interested to hear what this woman, you know, calls oppression. Like, I'm sorry, but the average man is not contributing to oppressing you. That's not what he's thinking about. That's not what men are doing. But these women have to be perpetual victims of something. If you ask them to explain their oppression, their answers, if they even have one, are oftentimes the most stupid crap that you'll ever hear. You know what I mean? Oh, we can't do what we want with our bodies. We just want to be able to go out to the club wearing half, you know, just showing off as much as we possibly can to random men. But apparently society shames us for doing that. It's like, this is really what these women are talking about when they talk about oppression. You know, oh, the wage gap, we don't earn as much money, even though the wage gap has been disproven many times, and anyone who continues to believe it is a muppet. Oh, we can't get the high-paying positions. Women don't push for the high-paying positions nearly as much as men. They don't work extra hours. They don't typically work as powerful jobs because they choose not to. I mean, the list goes on and on. Right? But men are oppressive. Yes, the random dude watching this video, yes, you, sir, you are oppressive, apparently. Interesting.
You should never use protecting us as an excuse to further the patriarchy. We have declined your protection. We do not need it. We are not children. We have agency.
You know what? I think it's fine when women come out here and make videos and they say that we don't need a man's protection. Fine. That's totally fine by me. You know, you get yourself into a public safety situation where perhaps your purse is being stolen and you expect a man to step in. Nope, not going to do it. You know what I mean? You've got somebody's mugging you. Sorry, not interested. You've got a terrible boyfriend and things are going terrible in public. Sorry, I'm not calling the police for you. I'm not intervening. I'm not doing nothing. Hey, you know what? If you don't want men's protection, then does that mean we should set up a hotline where when women want to call the police, they can only contact female police officers? That would be very damn fun. That'd be very damn funny. They would have a fraction of police to call upon, and then oftentimes the female police officers might not necessarily be able to solve their problems as easily. Guys, I kid you not, right? The other night, I was driving back from the gym. Okay, this was a few months ago now, and there was like some dude being restrained by police on the side of the road, and they had like 6 women trying to do it. They had like 6 female police officers trying to restrain one dude, and I'm like, is this really what we're doing, guys? Is this, you know? But hey, if she doesn't want protection from a man, okay, let's remove all the firefighters, let's remove all of the police officers that are male, you know, let's remove all of the prison guards that are male. She doesn't want let's open up the borders, guys. Let's get it all done. Okay, the women do not want protection. Message received.
As an excuse to further the patriarchy. We have declined your protection. We do not need it. We are not children. We have agency. We choose freedom. And if you think that women should be oppressed because they need your protection, you win the Darwin Awards.
I don't know what dude is walking around with the active idea in his head like, yo, you know what I should do today? Oppress women. That's really on the top agenda today, oppressing women. No man thinks like this, by the way. Like these women, they conjure up oppression because they need to feel like a victim. They need to feel like people are against them because it validates their entire life. I'm a victim, guys, and they think that being a victim gives them status. That's why they do this, right? They think it makes them look good. It gives them benefits. It gives them, you know, people viewing them with empathy and things like this. I don't have any empathy for these women whatsoever, guys, to be honest with you. Absolutely none. You don't want protection from a man. That's fantastic.
It is the foundation of the free Western world to choose freedom over safety. Give me liberty or give me... Anybody who chooses safety over freedom deserves neither. That's Ben Franklin. We choose freedom. Leave us alone.
I think this is great. I think she ends this video on a really good point. Leave us alone. I find it funny because when men listen to this, by the way, we're still attacked. You know what I mean? Like men will go out here, they'll see videos like this and be like, okay, I will do as this woman requests. I will not protect women. Hell, I won't even approach women. I'm going to make them feel super safe. And then the women come out with videos like, why aren't men protecting us and why aren't men approaching us? Like people seem to think that men don't listen or that we're dumb or that we can't receive the message. But trust me when I say these videos are incredibly common. Men see this all the time. Women are strong and independent. They don't need our help. We're like evil oppressors. And men eventually, they listen to this stuff. They go, okay, I am hearing what the women are saying. I'm going to follow through. And then the women complain anyway. They complain if you do, they complain if you don't. Like it makes absolutely no sense. So a lot of guys are like, well, this is just a losing game all around. So I'm not really interested in playing it. Now we have a funny video clip next up as well. This is a woman who is listing rules for Valentine's Day singles edition. Now I don't know why this lovely individual is single, but your guess is as good as mine, guys. So let's jump into it. Rules for Valentine's Day. If you thought today's video couldn't get any worse. Single edition. Let's take a listen.
Rules for Valentine's Day if you're single. I've spent the last 2 years in a row single on Valentine's Day and taking myself on a date on both occasions, and I feel like I finally mastered how to make the day perfect.
I'm sorry, but who the hell takes themselves on their own date? Am I the only one who finds this weird? Like when people buy themselves flowers, right? They try and make themselves feel special. They go on a Valentine's date by themselves. If you don't have a Valentine, why are you being weird and trying to Valentine yourself? I don't understand. I really don't.
First rule, let's get it straight. This is a holiday of love, not relationships. So
I don't know about that one. Now, I'm not an expert on Valentine's Day law, okay? But everybody knows this is about relationships. Like, what are we talking about here?
learn to romanticize it. Now is not the time to start beating yourself up about not having a date. Now is the time to figure out who you want to shower in love and affection on this holiday. Because even if you are single, you are incredibly blessed to have self-love, to have the bestest friends, to have loving family members, the list goes on.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe that these women actually love themselves, guys. Like, anytime I hear that, oh, I have so much self-confidence and self-love, I just don't believe it. I really don't. I don't think these women particularly like themselves at all. I think a lot of them are incredibly unhappy. A lot of them are incredibly medicated. You know, the only way they feel happy going outside of the house is if they put on a bucket load of makeup because they're not happy with their appearance. Like, I don't think a lot of these people are genuinely happy with where they're at. And I think they're being incredibly dishonest.
This leads us to number 2, act of kindness for anyone. Literally, buy a bouquet of flowers for a stranger on the street. Send a box of chocolates to your girlfriend's house. Spoil your parents or your siblings. And if you do have a date on Valentine's Day, oh my God, please get them a gift. Now we're going to get to making this the perfect day. Galentine's or solo date, pick one. You can go so extra with Galentine's Day. You can get super dressed up, get the best pics, cook a cute meal, host, decorate, super cute. My personal favorite is solo dating. I actually vlogged both times I solo dated on February 14th of the last 2 years, if you want to check it out.
This has to be one of the saddest things I've seen while going through these TikTok videos. So wait a minute. Let's go back here. This woman is taking herself out on Valentine's Day, and she's done this for the past 2 years. And then not only does she do this by herself, just I don't know, like, I think this is really weird, but she does this, and then she decides to vlog it as well. So she's recording herself, like, with the camera, like, walking people through this process. I don't know. And I don't know what a Galentine's is. I'm assuming that just means her and her gals. So they're going to get up and take photos together and make food. This is sad, man. This is really sad.
I actually vlogged both times I solo dated on February 14th of the last 2 years, if you want to check it out. But yeah, solo date, because you have always been there for you, so you should take yourself out. You deserve it.
Just by the way, if you don't have a Valentine's Day, that's one thing. Like, fine. Lots of people don't have Valentines, right? Especially the dudes who are choosing not to date these women in the first place, right? Or the average man who perhaps can't get a date because women think that they're above him. I mean, the list goes on, right? It's one thing to not have a Valentine. It's another thing to turn yourself into your own Valentine and then try and cope and say that Valentine's Day have nothing to do with relationships.
Next, plan and reservations. It is crucial that you make reservations for whatever these 2 things that you decide to do on Feb 14th, okay?
Goodness.
Because it is a priority. You are not allowed to back out or act like it's a casual thing. Because would you back out of an actual date you had on Valentine's Day? No, you wouldn't. You would get fully dressed up for them. You would probably buy a new dress for them. Now you do that for your friends or yourself. And plan-wise, make an extravagant plan. I do this every year. This year on February 14th, I've taken myself out to lunch, then I'm going to a museum, then I'm going to journal in a cafe, I'm going to buy myself flowers, and I'm going to buy myself a gift. Linking onto the plan, you're going to do something you never get to do. So this can't be some casual thing that you just do on the weekend with your friends. This is especially important if you normally get kind of sad around the Valentine's holiday. You need to build up as much anticipation and excitement for this holiday as you possibly can.
How do you manufacture excitement for something? This all feels so incredibly forced, man. You know, this is just essentially single women coping that they're single and everything is fine and they're happy with themselves. And like, I can just see this is essentially just women. It's like that meme. I've mentioned this a few times. It's like that meme where that dude has like a mask on his face and the mask is smiling, but beneath the dude is crying. This is what it reminds me of, man. Like, these women are incredibly sad on the inside. They don't have a man, but they want one. They want to be able to celebrate Valentine's with somebody. And here they are doing it by themselves, buying their own flowers and things like this. I'm not going to even listen to the rest of this video clip. This woman annoys me too much. But I don't know. Just if you don't have a Valentine's, just do what you would normally do on any given day. It's not that big of a deal. Like, holy hell, woman. Goodness. And if it is such a big deal and you have to like manufacture all this excitement and nonsense, just how about you actually go out there and take dating seriously and get a man? It's really not that difficult to get a man. But women treat it like it's the most difficult thing they've ever done in their entire lives. Let's continue into this next clip here. Dating a celebrity in LA as a non-famous person. Oh, I'm cringing already. Let's jump in.
I dated a celebrity as a non-famous person, and here is the crazy shit he told me.
Wow.
Part 1. So we were at
That's
an
so
event that had a
exciting.
red carpet, which is very common in LA. Most events have red carpets, especially when you're getting dressed up. And when we got to the red carpet, I was kind of thinking like, oh my gosh, okay, are we going to take a picture together? Because obviously then I assume this is going to end up on the internet and then it's going to become public. So I wanted to sort of let him decide whether or not he wanted to.
I'm assuming he didn't want to have a photo. Like, I find this to be so creepy, guys. Like, women will try and get with these dudes because they want to, like, leech off of his status. Do you know what I mean? She wants to take the photo because it makes her look good because she's with a dude who has high status. Completely embarrassing, honestly.
Because I didn't want him to think that I was dating him for clout, because I wasn't. And when we got to the carpet to, like, get our photo taken, he looks at me and goes, I need to take a photo by myself for my stylist. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take one, just me. And I remember thinking, like, your stylist does not care if you're at an event with your girlfriend. Like, the outfit is still visible. It's not like I'm not gonna hinder your outfit.
Oh, this poor woman. So she's going out with this celebrity guy. The celebrity guy obviously doesn't really want to be public with her. And she takes it to heart. Of course she does. She wants to be in the photo. She wants the clout. She's pretending like she doesn't. Okay, and here we are where she's smiling through the tears because the man didn't actually want to take the photo with her.
But I said, okay, sure. And I watched him as he took his photos by himself. And I don't think, whoever his stylist is, I don't think his stylist ever even reposted his look or anything like that. Now, I will.
Of course not. He just didn't want to take the photo with you. Hell, there's a good chance he was probably just seeing multiple women at the same time and you weren't as serious as you thought you two were.
Say I would have given him a pass if he had not taken a photo at all, because then it's like, okay, he's not taking a photo, so I'm not. But the stylist? That's your excuse? Like, come on. I'm not, like, just say that you don't want everybody to know we're in a relationship. You don't want it on the internet. Like, just be honest. I'm sharing these now because he broke up with me in a totally nasty, foul way. And so I'm kind of like, well, now I get to share my experiences. So here we go.
Yeah, so this is exactly why the dude didn't want to make the relationship public, by the way, is because you're the type of crazy individual to, after the man breaks up with you, then choose to go on the internet and spill everything about the quote-unquote relationship that you two had. You see, guys, like, notice how what she's doing is she's painting herself as the victim, and now she's out here trying to tell this dude's relationship stories. This is why, by the way, so many of these dudes with status don't want to deal with women, is because the women just present themselves as a liability. Oh, she's so loving and she's so caring and she's not with him for the clout. And then as soon as the relationship ends, what does she do? She cries about not being able to get photos with him. And then she comes on here and talks about all of the details of their relationship. I despise it, guys, when women do this. This is why men don't open up to them. This is why a lot of the times men don't want to have relationships with them. Because imagine having a relationship with a woman, and then after your relationship is over, she goes and makes everything about your relationship public on the internet afterwards. It's such bad faith, man. It's so disgusting that these women even do this in the first place, but apparently this is normal. They don't get called out for it, and fantastic. Let's continue into the next clip of today. Singles, this woman says. So I'm assuming she's single. Let's take a listen.
Be sad and alone on Valentine's Day this year and you're single, then you should come to a chaotic singles party. And Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year, so you better believe we're fucking raging. You can meet hundreds of singles IRL in one night. Not only that, but we're gonna have icebreaker games, drink specials, Valentine's Day cocktails, musical guests, DJs. Like, it's gonna be an epic party.
This is incredibly sad as well. So this woman is trying to sell access to like a singles event for women who don't have a Valentine, and they have like DJs and drinks and like, oh my god. The reason why these women are single in the first place is because they're out there looking for any excuse to get to party in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, guys, I can't wait to date a woman who loves to go on rages and have lots of alcohol and go see DJs and like, These women have no concept of what men are looking for when they're looking for a relationship, by the way. Absolutely none.
Valentine's Day cocktails, musical guests, DJs, like it's gonna be an epic party. I've been planning them all month and I'm so freaking excited. So if you're single and you live in LA, New York, Philly, Chicago, San Francisco, Austin, Miami, DC, or San Diego, there's a party for you this month. So don't be sad and alone on Valentine's Day. Come fucking rage instead and meet the love of your life.
That's so disgusting. Yeah, guys, you're going to meet your significant other. You're going to meet your Valentine, the love of your life, your husband. You're going to meet your husband at some raging party on Valentine's Day with a whole bunch of alcohol, random DJs, and so on. This is why all of these women are single. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Subscribe if you are new here. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.